Nationals. We'll have James Wood again leading off. Keibert Ruiz is behind the plate, the switch hitting catcher. Nathaniel Lowe DHing. Josh Bell, who DH, is playing first. He'll bat cleanup. Luis Garcia Jr. Dylan Cruz has had a big series, a couple of two-run home runs yesterday. Jose Tena, Jacob Young, Nasim Nunez. That's 1 through 9 for Davey Martinez. And for Senza, there have been a whole lot of hits given up. In fact, more hits, 36 and 18-plus innings than any other pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, and a lot of hard hit balls, too. So that's what Senza's going to try to avoid that barrel today. And how is he going to do it? What's he going to utilize? He's going to utilize the four-seam fastball, which he does quite a bit, almost 56% of the time. Slider, curveball, and some changeup, sinker. That's our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. And I think the key today, just like, we talk about a number of pitchers, the key is there have been way too many pitches center for Senza. Got to get back to working on those corners because the ground ball percentage is still about the same what he's done, 52, almost 53%. But the problem is that elevated ball. The first couple starts, 0 home runs. The last 2 starts, 4 home runs.
Defensively, the Rockies will have Jordan Beck in left field. He did not play in Game 1. Mickey Moniak did start center in Game 1, as did Zach Bean in right field. The infield, McMahon again at third. Aaron Schunk is starting at short. We saw him late in the ball game. Adael Amador at second once again. Sean Bouchard will play first for Michael Tolia. And we mentioned that doing the catching at Game 2, the veteran Jacob Stalling. So we're set for the second game of this day-night doubleheader, and the first pitch to James Wood is at the bottom of the zone, but it is called ball 1. Austin Jones is doing the umpiring behind the plate. Todd Tishner, the crew chief, at first. Dan Hamry at second. Jacob Metz at third. That's in there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, what I was going to say, that very first pitch of the game was down at the knees. Could have been called a strike, but that's where Senza's got to stay.
Outfield straight up, and now they come in on Wood, kind of tie him up. So it's 1 and 2. This young man, as we have described the last 24 hours, big time thump, and for a big man, pretty short swing. He goes the other way exceptionally well. And sliders downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Kind of interested to see Sean Bouchard getting that opportunity to play at first. It's first major league start at first base. There's no innings. It's all been in the outfield. He smiled when he showed me his glove. He said, "Let's go."
Now, he played there plenty as a minor leaguer, 134 games. You think about spring training, you knew Tolia was going to play there, the vast majority of the time. Unfortunately, Michael's gotten off to a very slow start offensively. Otherwise, honestly, he'd be in there in Game 2. And that's ball 4, so Wood draws a walk. And then next in line, Huey, would have probably been Chris Bryant.
Yes.
And Kyle Farmer after that.
Yeah, Kyle Farmer after that, to your point, Spilly. And then beyond that, last year, a little bit of Hunter Goodman there, but Hunter Goodman full-time catcher DH now.
Yeah, but I think Sean understood the assignment, knowing that you never know. You got to be prepared. I have seen him take some ground balls over there, work some drills over at first base. As you mentioned, he's done it in the minor leagues. It is a different animal, though, when you're running out there for the first time in a new position.
In a big league game, yeah,
right.
Like minor league games, you're like you have some, you have some nerves, but not a lot.
No.
Yeah, and I recollect a conversation with him about his time at UCLA, and he played a lot of first then. This is going to be a tough play for Amador, and a really fine play to get an out. And Huey, good, good head on that.
Well, you're not going to be able to get the guy at second, so don't try to overthink this play. And he didn't, also understanding Ruiz was running. So he's got some time, get that body turn. That's the key to make that throw. You got to get the hips turned towards first.
So 1 out, James Wood at second. Here's Nathaniel Lowe. Outside on Lowe, who's reached in 10 consecutive ball games, .436 on base percentage over that period of time.
14 RBIs in 18 career games against Colorado. You got to be careful with this guy.
Here's the 1-0 from Senza. That misses 2-0. I mean, Senza's such a pro, and he's used to pitching with traffic throughout his career. But you wonder if psychologically the enormity of hits in his first 4 outings, has him nibbling a little bit more as he falls behind 3-0.
Because normally he's a strike thrower.
Big time.
He gets after it.
Cal Quantrill, a Rocky last year, is now down in Miami with the Marlins. And the 3-0 touches the outside corner, so it's 3-1. So 3 balls and 2 strikes just underway in game 2. Josh Bell's on deck. Make a pitch here. He sends it kind of varying the velocity of his fastball, 93 to 96 here in the opening moments of the game. But when he reaches back, he can still get 98.
Yeah, right now on the season, through the first 4 games, I know it's a small sample size, he's averaging 94.5 on his fastball.
This is on the ground, left side, and past a diving attempt by Shunk, and this will score James Wood, 1-0 Washington. He's just simply hitting him where there wasn't a player position. Aaron Shunk was shaded up the middle a little bit, and he just couldn't get to that baseball.
No, and it's unfortunate too, because it's almost like he beat him with that fastball, but low, as I mentioned now, 15 RBIs in 19 games against the Rockies.
Here's Bell. He homered yesterday. In game 1 today, he was 0 for 2, a pair of walks, and he felt frisky. He tried to run on Braxton Fulford, who obviously had some throwing issues in his second major league start. And Fulford threw him out. Had he not, Josh would have had his first stolen base, Billy, since almost you were in the league.
Oh, man.
2018 was the last time that Josh had stolen a base. Two and one on Bell. There's Braxton. Hit a 433-foot home run in game 1 for his first major league hit. It's the longest home run by a Rocky this year.
Billy, what they get out of it? A bat and a signed ball?
Yeah, they didn't get $1,000.
Okay.
Bat, signed ball, and the best day of her life.
They had great reaction.
They did.
They were fine.
2-2 on the veteran switch hitter Josh Bell. And Josh drives this ball to right center. Look out, 2 guys converging, and Moniak makes the catch as Veen power slides out of the way. That was concerning for a moment, Ryan Spilborghs. They both were running full tilt at one another.
Yeah, so this is way too far for Zach Veen to try to catch this baseball. And you can see he was overly aggressive. In the case of Mickey Moniak, especially since we're so accustomed to Brenton Doyle, you basically know what Doyle's range is, so you don't impede on him.
Luis Garcia Jr.
It's the hardest part when you are playing with multiple different outfielders. The guys don't know each other's range.
This is another big chopper. Senza has no one to throw to. This is where, again, Bouchard has played there, but, a little bit in spring training.
And you get frisky.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, oh, I'm going to make this play because, this is my first time over here. So you have to understand how far you can actually travel. This ball even if he catches it, there's nothing he can do with it. So you got to take a step or two and then realize, let me get back to the bag. Instead, I'll go down and see 41st infield hit this year against the Rockies.
Dylan Cruz with 2 on and 2 outs.
Where you hope that mistake doesn't come back.
Yeah, early on with a run already in, this becomes imperative for Senzatella to retire Cruz, who was really mired in a season-long slump when he came to Denver, but he has swung it well the first 2 ball games. He literally did not have an RBI coming into the series, and he hit a pair of 2-run home runs yesterday.
He's 0 for 14 with runners in scoring position this year. That tells you how bad it's been for him.
2-0. Swings through 96, 2-1. And the other alarming thing after the bullpen threw 7 shutout in the first game, fellas, this is pitch number 26 coming up for Senzatella in inning number 1. This ball lined to right center field. It's got a tail on it. Moniak dives and makes the catch. What a play by Mickey Moniak. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. So the Nats get 1. It would have been 3 if not for Mickey Moniak. What a gorgeous catch. We'll revisit, I'm sure, on several occasions. Let's get to the Southwest batting order. Sean Bouchard behind Moniak. Then it's Rymack, Hunter Goodman, Zach Veen, Jordan Beck, Stallings, Amador Shunk to face Brad Lord, who is making just his 6th big league appearance, his 3rd career start. It's a pretty good story we'll get to also in a little bit. It's his 3rd consecutive start because of injury. He's been inserted into the rotation. You'll see a lot of fastballs.
Yeah, he'll throw it a lot, almost 55% of the time will Brad Lord, but his 2 starts, his 2 previous starts, 55 pitches and 57 pitches. So you wonder how many pitches get over the head.
Oh, wow. Another diving catch. That's a heck of a play by Nunez.
Because I was watching the whole time. Pena, the third base, but I didn't see it till the last second. Nunez had to go forever for this ball. Looked like he hurt himself for a moment. Mickey robbed Dylan Cruz, and then he gets robbed.
Sean Bouchard. Spilly, you're down there. I don't know if you can tell from your angle, but it looks like he's got one of those deliveries where the hand comes out of the uniform.
It's hard to tell from here. I'd have to see it from the front, but I'm waiting for some of the metrics to start popping up. A lot of it You know, if you have a certain release height, the lower your release height, the harder and harder. If you get below 5 feet, that's where you get that upshoot.
1-1 on Bouchard.
Doesn't have very much extensions, Billy, because he's 6'3", but his extension's 5'9".
Yeah, but so Drew's right. I mean, the release height's right around 5 feet. So when you're 6'3", but you release it from, you know, lower than your height, it's harder for hitters to pick it up. It's like you're pushing the ball upward.
1-2 on Bouchard. Fastball, middle of the diamond, the second baseman position there, Garcia Jr. 2 outs. A lot of fastballs, as we mentioned.
Yeah, we already talked about it. Right around 95 miles an hour. We'll try to sink it, occasional cutter, but that'll go under the slider category, and also a changeup. It's just a case right now of hunt the fastball. Go right after that fastball. See if you can time that up, and don't worry about any of the off-speed pitches.
Ryan McMahon fouls off a 4-seam fastball, which he throws to lefties around 68% of the time.
That's what I'm saying. Just look for that and try to get the timing on it.
He throws a rare changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mac 0 for 3 and a walk, couple of strikeouts in game 1. He's reached in 14 straight games against the Nats. Washington off to a 1-0 start. Again, if not for the Moniak catch, it's 3-0.
Yes. What a catch. Whew.
Three-1. Brad Lord, 25-year-old, after a couple of different junior colleges. He ended up at the University of South Florida, where in 22 he was an 18th round pick.
That's moving pretty quick, though.
Yeah.
18th round in 22.
Yeah, and whether you're moving quickly or slowly, if you're an 18th rounder and you get to the big leagues, job well done. Job well done for the scouting department.
Sure.
And the developmental folks for Washington.
He put up numbers, though, in Harrisburg, which is their AA affiliate last year. In 12 starts, he was 8-1 with a 140, and he was a 2-time Eastern League Pitcher of the Month.
He was their minor league pitcher of the year.
Yeah, and then he got promoted to Rochester.
Ra-cha-cha. 3-2 on McMahon. Another fastball, another foul ball.
You can definitely tell. I mean, he just reached back and grabbed 97, but he is not afraid to throw strikes. You know, a lot of times you see these guys rip through the minor leagues. It's because they throw a ton of strikes.
Yeah, he did have 7 walks coming in at 9 1/3. He's pounded the zone here in the first inning. And there's a walk, so McMahon wins the battle. Hunter Goodman had the luxury of studying the arsenal from the on-deck circle as he walks to the plate. Well, he was working at Home Depot in the off-season, and it's a great story. You know, he's trying to supplement his income, and they were talking about how he's added a couple miles an hour on his fastball. He goes, I guess I'm stronger from lifting Christmas trees and mulch. And
so he's getting more done.
yeah, getting more. Yeah, there you go. But well done, Huey.
Those stories are fun to tell because, you know, not everything is, you know, what it may seem from the outside. And then I wonder how many of those people that he worked with at Home Depot knew that he was a professional baseball player.
Yeah, he probably said, you know, I play baseball, and they're like, oh, okay.
Okay,
yeah,
so I played baseball in high school too.
Right. Plays in the pickup league. Plays in Mark Stout's OG league.
Right.
2-1 on Hunter. Who was the guy, fellas? Who was the guy famously? This goes back, I don't know, 8, 10 years ago. that was stocking shelves, and next thing you know, he's like an all-star. Who was that?
I mean, John Axford was selling cell phones.
Well, Chris Martin, remember that? He was working in a warehouse.
It was Chris Martin.
Yeah.
That's who I was thinking of, yeah.
There's a couple good stories. Jose Quas, who made his debut a couple years ago at the Royals, was a UPS driver.
It takes me back to growing up. You get a stack of Topps baseball cards, and a lot of times the off-season occupation was listed above the stats.
Wasn't there one where somebody was a grave digger?
Richie Hebner. Look out, way inside, so 2 walks with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Zach Veen. On Richie Hebner, and for those that don't remember, Richie Hebner was a heck of a big leaguer. He could really hit, and yet, back then it was before big money. He had an off-season occupation in the Boston area. He was a grave digger. I think it was like the family business.
Yeah.
Whereas I mean, before off-season workouts really became a year-round thing, there's a funny story of Lance Berkman used to throw bats off his backyard. That was how he got himself in shape, throwing bats.
So here's Zach Veen. All of a sudden 2 on. Walk to McMahon, walk to Goodman. That's a good take.
Let's go back to game 1 in the 3rd inning. The StatCast of Zach Veen's home run. See the exit velocity at like the home run distance, 412 feet. Got the baseball back after some bartering out there.
1-0. Home run hat. Ball's fouled off. 1-1. Zach became just the 2nd Rockies player to hit their first big league home run in the same game that they produced their first big league stolen base. 1999, Chris Sexton. One thing that's interesting about, when you use the timeout offensively, we've noticed that Zach a lot of times uses it early in the count.
And maybe you use it after that swing, just kind of getting the head back in the right space.
That was interesting. That looked like a pitch out.
I don't think they're doing a pitch out. I think he was just moving to try to back pick.
I mean, I would think you have to be right. There's no way you'd think you'd pitch out.
Well,
in
not
that
after
situation.
he's walked the last 2 guys.
No. No, with 2 outs. This ball is fouled off. 2-2. So this is where Huey, Spilly, V needs to cut down on his swing from what we've seen early in his big league career.
You can make the argument even earlier in counts because you don't want to foul off pitches you can handle because you're swinging too hard.
2-2. And he gets beat by a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, so the Rockies leave 2 aboard. We'll go to inning number 2 in the nightcap. 1-0 Nats. 1-0 Nats, 7, 8, and 9 in their lineup here in the top of the second inning. Jose Tena to face Antonio Senzatella. 26 pitches in the first inning for Senza. That is lined to really deep left field. Beck on the move, and he lays out and makes a wonderful catch. Moniak to close the first. To open the second, Jordan Beck.
As Billy knows, it's all about the jump, and with the left-handed batter too, once that starts to go down the line, it starts to slice away from you, and Jordan laid out at the right time.
First pitch strike on Jacob Young. He was on base a couple times in game one. Good play by Jordan. And the Nats center fielder takes a second strike, so it's 0-2 on Young. Nationals won game one 3-2 with just 5 hits, and 3 of those hits came in the second inning. That's the last inning for Kyle Freeland again because of the blister that developed. It really started, I think, earlier in the week. That ball was really close. And so the bullpen, again, allowed just 2 hits. That is strike 3.
That one did not miss the corner.
Nope. That's the first strikeout for Senza.
Yep. Also well received behind the plate from Stallings.
Too quickly gone as the shortstop Nasim Nunez takes his turn, and another fastball for a strike. Just thinking, Billy, put your batting helmet back on. If you face Senza, would you not be aggressive early in the count?
I think you're aggressive throughout the entire bat.
I mean, Senza typically a big time strike thrower. This is just foul. And you know, Huey, we've talked about it with Senza. He's going to be aggressive with the fastball.
Yeah, and he likes the fastball too. So when you look at it, these are the little nuances as hitter. I mean, yeah, you have all the scatter reports and all that too, but sit there and observe the game, watch the game, see what the pitcher is doing prior to you getting to the plate.
This is foul, fortunately. To short. Good job by Shunk. And he gets Nunez, his counterpart, by a step. 1-2-3 second inning for Antonio Senzatella, highlighted by this catch from Jordan Beck. 1-0 Nationals, back in a moment. Bottom of the second inning, Jordan Beck will lead off against 25-year-old Brad Lord. And the fastball is over the outside corner for a strike. Rockies had a couple of two-out base runners via walks, McMahon and Goodman. Being struck out swinging, and this ball is lifted to left field and deep. Wood, and now the center fielder, Jacob Young, getting involved, and it's caught about 5 yards in front of the warning track. Beck got the fat part of the bat on the ball, just worked underneath it. One out as Stallings comes up. Who wants tacos? When the Rockies score 7 in a game, go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the next day. Do it between 4 and 6 to get your Rockies taco special with Moss at Taco Bell. Jacob off to a slow start offensively, and this one will help off the glove of a leaping Josh Bell for a base hit.
He's in the right position. He just couldn't move laterally to be able to get high enough to get this. Good effort from Josh Bell.
Those two had to, I'm trying to think, were they teammates in Pittsburgh or had Bell already left? This ball to deep left, Wood going back, still going back, and he makes the catch. Amador is out number 2. That'll bring up Aaron Shung. Well, they're talking like they're old friends, Billy.
Yeah.
That's every first baseman.
Even those not named Sean Casey.
Sean Casey was at first base the first time I ever had a hit.
Was he?
Yep.
The mayor.
He was funny. He was like, "Oh man, what a hit! Congratulations! That's so good for you. Good for you." And I was like, "Thanks, man." The second I got a hit in my next at bat, and he was like, "Wow, man, he can really hit." I was like, "Okay, enough. Stop."
Hey, wouldn't you rather
embarrassing.
have it that way, though?
Yeah. No.
Yes.
This is poked to shallow right center. It'll drop. Stallings says, you know what? I don't run like Mickey Moniak. I'm going to shut it down. Wise decision. By the way, going back to those two fellows at first base,
yeah,
they were teammates for 5 years, 2016 to 2020. And their manager, a good portion of that time, Clint Hurdle. There's Clint. Oh, we hadn't seen the sweatshirts yet.
The jackets are pretty cool too. I'm trying to get my hands on one.
We figured as much. Don't forget your colleagues.
Who are those?
Exactly. Moniak with 2 on and 2 outs. Inside ball 1 on Mickey. For Aaron Shunk, that's his first hit of the year. Just came back to the big leagues yesterday. And Tovar was placed on the injured list with a hip pointer. This ball is hit hard, but it's right at the second baseman, Garcia Jr. And that'll end the threat. So again, the Rockies will leave 2 aboard in the second. 1-0 Nationals going to inning number 3.
whether it's a birthday, anniversary, or Mother's Day, the suites are a great way to celebrate any occasion or holiday. We have several games throughout the season with suite tickets starting at just $150, and that includes catering. Call 303 Rockies or visit Rockies.com/suites for more information. And yes, that is a red-tailed hawk.
I thought it was a pigeon with a sharp beak.
Yeah, Spilly, would you go up and, see if you can get an interview with that bird?
Just don't ruffle his feathers.
That was awful.
Why, you bird brain?
That was worse. 0-1 on James Wood. He walked and scored in the first. Witticisms abounding here. In game number 2, James Wood 7 home runs, 6 in the last 12 ball games. And this on the ground second. Amador has it. 1 out. I'll bring up the catcher, Keibert Ruiz. He grounded to Amador his first time up. So these City Connect uniforms, if you have not heard, the reason that they've incorporated the colors they have to represent beautiful Colorado, an abundance of colors. After all, we're the colorful state, right? The sunsets, the sunrises, the mountains, and I think they've done a great job.
They're also the first City Connect jersey to use a pullover, so no buttons.
Yeah, how about that? Here's the 0-1.
Yeah, who's the last team then to wear just a straight pullover uni top?
Why are you looking at me? You think I know?
No, I'm looking at Dougie. But that's what I thought, the Reds maybe.
I don't think Beck's going to be able to get to this one. It's dumped into shallow left, and the throw to second is in time. Beck on the move, gets Keibert Ruiz trying to stretch it into a double.
That was also just an athletic throw from Jordan, because this is a lot like what an infielder has to do, just making a throw on the run. You don't have time to set your feet. Just let me get it close enough to let Amador apply the tag. This is also one of those blind tags as an infielder. You go like, okay, where is he? Oh, he's trying to slide to the back portion of the bag.
Nathaniel Lowe, an RBI single through the left side. That brought home Wood in the first inning. 1-0, 2 outs now, nobody on in the third. Well, speaking of RBIs, or lack thereof, in game 1, the Nats won 3-2, as I'm sure you're aware, but they did not have an RBI. It's the first game in the history of this franchise, and that includes their days in Montreal, where they scored 3 runs or more and did not have anyone who produced a ribby. How about that? 2 of the 3 runs in the first game were unearned. And this one is over the head of McMahon. Now try to stretch it, Nathaniel. He said, no, I'm not going to do that.
First baseman, number 19.
There's 2 hits now for Nathaniel, both to the left side. It's kind of reminiscent of the ball that I thought for Mickey that he might get a base hit. Remember, Mickey Moniak hit that same type of ball.
Nunez, the shortstop, kind of came out of nowhere.
Supermaned it.
Bell, a fly ball to center, his first time. And this is fouled off. Look out, Mac. Yep, he was wise.
I don't know who was yelling careful. It might have been Jacob, but that helps you as a infielder.
Well, we were, but I don't think he heard us.
No, I know. I was thinking it. Listen. So as he's going over there, that's when he started to hear careful. So he's bailing out.
Here's the 1-1. And that's a fair ball right on the back. Won't have an easier play, Sean Bouchard. That'll end the inning. Couple hits in the inning. Great throw by Jordan Beck. 1-0 Nationals. Colorado Rockies baseball is presented by Southwest Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Colorado Rockies, and by UC Health, the official healthcare partner of the Colorado Rockies. Pleasant Sunday evening on this Easter 2025. The Nationals ahead 1-0. They won 3-2 this afternoon. Sean Bouchard batting second here in Game 2. Takes well inside. Sean grounded to second his first time up. Sean had an interesting reaction after that room service ground ball to end the inning. I mean, literally standing on the bag, and the ball could not have been more conveniently hit. Nice gentle pace. So he fielded it, stepped on the bag, turned to his buddies in the dugout, and pounded his chest as if he made a Gold Glove play. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You gotta have fun playing this game.
Oh yeah, and Sean's easy going. He really is. Rockies had a couple runners on in the first. Pair of 2-out walks to McMahon and Goodman. Last inning, Stallings a 1-out hit. Shunk a 2-out single. And there's a strikeout of Bouchard. That's the second strikeout for Brad Lord.
The first one on a slider. The other one was a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. This was an 87-mile-an-hour slider.
Ryan McMahon, as we mentioned, walked his first time. I fouled off a number of pitches. 0-1 on Mac. Classic baseball number, 24. Hard to do better than 24.
Nope.
I wore 24 in college.
Did you?
Yep. I think I've told you the story. I wore it because there's a redshirt senior my freshman year, and he was the one that bought me a pair of sunglasses and taught me how to play right field.
Is he the one that nicknamed you Spilly Goat?
Yeah, Brad Wright.
This ball on 1 hop to short. Nunez, 2 outs.
Designated hitter number 15.
Well, you can stream every out-of-market game live or on demand, plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. So blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv or Rockies.tv for more details.
Hunter Goodman will walk his initial at bat. Plate appearance. The only other game going on is down in Houston. Sunday Night Baseball. The Padres leading the Astros 2-0.
There's a scary collision in that one. Luis Arraez.
And Mauricio Dubon on a bunt by Arraez. Arraez was carried off the field. Hopefully Luis is all right. This ball hard on the ground to third, and then it goes off the glove to Nunez, and Goodman beats it.
Well, we saw the speed in the first game today of Hunter with that swinging bunt down the third baseline. When he got down the line at 29 feet per second, and this time it's going to be about the same.
Tanner was in position. He went off his glove. Nunez.
And that was
fired it to first.
And that was 28.9.
Yeah, so he's been 29.3 and just under 29.
Gonna swing the bat and try to drive this run in.
Yeah, we've seen him try to bunt now 4 or 5 times, and I like that that's part of his arsenal. I just think you need to be judicious in when you utilize that. There's 2 outs here. And you're batting in an RBI spot. 2 strikes on Zach. That'll be a hit, by the way, for Hunter.
That just shows you going hard all the time.
Yeah, it's a lot of times you hit a ball hard, you know, close to a player in the infield. Some guys, you know, just assume, oh, I'm out. 1-2. And Zach goes down on a fastball again, so he has punched twice today. Goodman left at first. To the 4th we go. Still a 1-run game. Wire Cam is presented by Defy and supplies us with so many beautiful shots. We travel to the top of the 4th inning, and Senzatella's first pitch is a strike, according to Austin Jones, on Luis Garcia Jr. 5, 6, and 7 for the Nationals. Drew Goodman, Jeff Hewson, Ryan Spilborghs on this Sunday night. 2 strikes. Hope everybody's enjoying their Easter. Rockies will travel tomorrow to Kansas City, where the Royals Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday afternoon.
Right back home.
Right back home for a 6-game homestand.
Yeah, a lot of games on the road so far for the Rockies. A lot of it's always front-loaded. We know try to get some of these weather cities, like Minnesota, Cleveland. A lot of those teams are always traveling the first month.
And this is going to be a tough play. Bouchard in time right now to send Zatella. Hand up from Dave Martinez.
The runner, though.
The runner thinks he's out.
So he's
going.
going.
Runner always
Running
knows.
Yeah, this is really nice because we saw something happen earlier with that high ball to the chop where Sean went too far. This time he didn't. He played this perfectly. Gives a really nice underhand feed. Sends us over there. Foot on the bag. Ball in the glove. You're out. Nice play.
Dylan Cruz robbed of what probably would have been at least a 2-run double, if not a triple. His first time up. Play of the game defensively, Mickey Moniak. Seems to be making Gold Glove level plays on a regular basis. The paper's coming out. What do we have here?
Mound visit.
Boy, that happened so quickly I didn't even see it.
I'm not sure what it was.
Just out of time.
1 strike to short. Shunk trying to beat Cruz. He stayed on the bag. Bouchard stayed on the bag and made the scoop. This game, fellas, starting to be reminiscent of Senzatella's start that in Tampa.
With the good defense. Well, Shunky comes up, and then how about Sean, though? This is all Bouchard. First game, no problem. I'll dig it out, keep my foot on the bag, show the umpire.
I have 5-star level plays.
See, I got 1, 2, 3. I got 4.
Well, you know what? You're cheapskate. You know, you were shorting somebody. Dylan Cruz in the first.
Yes.
Jose Tena with the catch in left by Beck.
You got it.
All right. Then I have Beck's throw on the run to keep Tabor Ruiz from getting a double.
Yeah, I didn't star that one, but I've starred the 2 plays this inning. So that's why I have 4, you have 5. Actually, that wasn't a mound visit, was it, Spilly? It was just a pitch clock violation on that last batter. So, yeah, so it's still 4-4 on mound visits.
2-1 on Tana, and a bouncer to short. Shunk throws across. That's a 9-pitch inning. Middle of 4, 1-0 Nats.
Live Odds is brought to you by Bet365. So for today's game, game number 2, the over-under is on 8.5 hits. So you can take the over or the under. We don't like going unders on Rockies hits. We like the over.
Well, it started right here. Jordan Beck hit a fly ball to left center field, caught by the center fielder Jacob Young, his first time up. Lord's going to still be on some kind of pitch count because he was working out of the pen initially. This is his 3rd start. The farthest he's gone into a game was his last start in Pittsburgh. He went 4 1/3 when he gave up 4 runs.
57 pitches. So
Yes.
I mean, you bump that up, what, 15?
Yes.
Possibly 20. No more than that, though.
Somewhere potentially in the mid-70s. Here's Davey Martinez. Two and two. Had an interesting conversation on a variety of topics, including Jeff Houston, with Davey Martinez this morning. And one of them is about how frequently now managers, coaches have to teach the nuances of the game, the subtleties of the game, even to big leaguers, because this generation of people, not just ball players, everything is, you know, social media, and they see highlights but don't necessarily see the whole game. In fact, he went to great lengths late last year, final 2 months of the season. He got with his general manager, Mike Rizzo, who always travels with the club, as got away up and in on Jacob Stallings. So he'll go to first. And he said, I want to take the iPads out of the dugout because every time a guy comes back, this was a breaking ball that got away. Every time a guy comes back, they're immediately looking at the iPad and not watching the game. He said, I want your eyeballs on the game, looking at positioning, looking at what's transpiring out there. If there's a situation where you need to see something on the iPad, our pitching staff has iPads, our hitting staff has iPads. Oh. Great catch out there by Jacob Young as he robs Amador for the 2nd out of the inning. We've seen some great defense both ways.
Especially by the center fielders today. 2 layout diving catches. Moniak had 1, and now Jacob Young has 1.
Bring up Aaron Shung. I thought that was interesting, though.
It is, because I think at times we can focus too much looking down at the iPad instead of looking out and looking at stuff.
Stay fair. No, did not.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I kind of alluded to this earlier when we were talking about both pitchers really utilizing the fastball a lot. So if you're not one of the first 2 or 3, 4 hitters, something like that, if you watch and observe, see what's happening out there.
You have one organization, the Angels, that took it a step further. They said no cell phones in the clubhouse.
Yeah, that was
they have
instituted by Ron Washington.
Mike Trout
this year.
and Kyle Hendricks are the 2 that are policing. So they got buy-in from their big veteran leaders. They're 11-10 to start off the season.
This is going to drop a broken bat single for Shunk. Stallings is going to get to 3rd. Shunk's thinking 2, and he'll get into 2nd with a head-first dive. A double for Shunk. He's 2 for 2.
Well, the old inside-out swing on a ball that's chasing him inside, but he keeps those hands inside. That right elbow really tight to the body. That allows him to get the barrel there. You can hear the sound, the broken back. The issue for Aaron, though, is when he hits first base, he's like, okay, I got to take a peek to see what Jacob's doing in front of me before I can then go into second base.
So a big opportunity for the Rockies. Mickey Moniak. And Mickey drives it to the left center field gap. That's going to score 2. Rockies will take the lead. This may be 3 bags again for fast Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine
always love 80s karaoke with Drew Goodman.
1981 to be exact, but hey, we'll take it.
He didn't waste any time. RBIs 8 and 9,
yes.
Billy, for Mickey Moniak.
I just think as you're watching him, his strength is opposite field. So the two-hand finish really allows him to drive through it. And as soon as you split the gap, if you're Mickey, you don't want to make the last out at third, but you also get to read this right in front of you.
Here's Bouchard. 1 on Sean. Moniak yesterday tied his career high with 4 ribbies. He's done it 3 times. So he's got 6 ribbies on the weekend. And the night is young. Rockies in front 2-1. Boy, did they need that.
Yes, they did. They needed one of those hits. The first game, they didn't have many opportunities. Just a couple opportunities to drive in a runner. They're 0 for 2. Today, now they're 1 for 3. Or excuse me, tonight they're 1 for 3.
0-2 on Bouchard. 1 and 2. By the way, Mickey now leads all of baseball with those 3 triples. Bouchard, his first career triple yesterday. Two balls, 2 strikes. Sean had a hit off the bench in the 8th inning in game 1. Came on an 0-2 pitch, in fact.
It's the 7th pitch hit the Rockies have had this year.
That's strike 3. Catches the outside corner on the black. But with 2 outs, Mickey Moniak delivers Jacob Stallings and Aaron Schunk with his 3rd triple of the year. Rockies up 2-1 going to the 5th. City Connects were scheduled to debut Friday night. That game was snowed out, so they're debuting tonight on Easter Sunday evening. And the Rockies are up 2-1 after that 2-run triple with 2 outs from Mickey Moniak. Senzatella coming off a 1-2-3 fourth, working to Jacob Young. 1 ball, 1 strike on Young. He struck out looking against Senzatella his first time. Only strikeout for Antonio. Not a big strikeout guy, in fact.
Hey! Oh, watch it.
Look out among Major League starting pitchers. Usually near the bottom of strikeouts per 9 innings.
Yeah, he's just at 7.8 on the season.
One, two. Senza trying to win for the first time this year. And this ball is knocked down, but no play for Sean Bouchard. So it'll be a hit for Young, 5th hit for Washington. It's going to go as another infield hit.
Yeah, and I think that climbs up to 42 or 43, but Sean is, that goes to show you, you know, some people say like, okay, just, you know, first base, whatever. No, he's had some tough plays tonight.
It always irks me when people say, well, you can put somebody, just, you know,
just
anybody at first. One play for Senza, high throw, and Bouchard got down on the bag before Nunez crossed. So it'll be a sac bunt for Nunez. Young to second.
I know they're waiting to see, but Nunez is already back to the dugout. High throw. Sean gets up, and then right there, barely gets the top of the cleat down before Nunez is on the bag.
James Wood walked and scored in the first. Ground ball to second in inning number 3. Pick play on.
It would have been pretty close if the throw was on the other side of the bag.
.7" James Wood, just 22. 7 home runs on the season. He's a DC area kid who went to IMG Academy late in his high school career. Ball lifted to left field near the line, back, slides and makes the catch.
Okay, the degree of difficulty on this one, because he's sliding as he's making this catch.
I'm going to star that one. That's the 6th star play of the night.
You got a little wind happening right now. You're more into the left center field gap. He slides. Watch him slide as he goes to catch this ball.
Jordan has made 2 terrific catches and a marvelous throw in this game. 2 outs now for the catcher Ruiz. Is this game not reminiscent of that game down in Tampa?
Yeah, defensive wise, the ball probably hasn't been hit quite as hard as it was down in Tampa at times.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
But straight up defense, yes, for sure.
So if you look at it and appraise it that way, Senza's stuff better today because a lot of mishit balls.
Yes, yes.
Than down in Tampa when he didn't give up anything.
Yeah, remember though, all the injuries that Senza's had to overcome. He had just 5 starts between August of 22 and September of 24. So
he had the ACL surgery. He had Tommy John. Tough competitor, no question. This is on the ground to Amador, and Senza works out of a little pickle with the runner at second and 1 out. Senza's doing his thing. Rockies are up 2-1, middle of 5. for the UC Health Scouting Report. Mason Albright yesterday, 6 innings, a 2-run baseball for Hartford, 276 through 3 starts this year for Mason. Ryan Rolson, he's dealt with so many injuries, former #1 pick out of Ole Miss, so 1.5 ERA with 16 punchies, 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio through 12 innings down in Albuquerque. And Zach Agnos, he's now up with the Rockies, making his way to his family. Is our Ryan Spilborgs. We'll get to Spilly in a moment. Agnos, when he appears, it'll be his major league debut. Starting to get loose a little bit. New pitcher on the mound for the Nationals is Colin Poche. And it's 1-1 on Ryan McMahon. 3, 4, and 5 for the Rockies. I want to add another note. Cole Carrick today for Hartford, one of the top Rockies prospects. Cole Carrick homered against Lucas Giolito, who's on a rehab assignment. So there's a top-notch big league pitcher that Cole Carrick can say, yeah, I went yard against him.
He's in my book.
He's in my book. Rockies got a couple runs off of Poche yesterday. Breaking ball's fouled off.
Part of the issue this year for Poche is lack of command. Couple guys in their bullpen. Poche and Lucas Sims having the same issue, so take advantage if you're the Rockies.
Yeah, he was part of, from Washington's perspective, the mess that was the 7th inning yesterday. From the Rockies' perspective, it was a wonderful 7th inning. The Rockies scored 8 runs on just 3 hits. 2-2.
He has 10 walks and just 4 2/3 does Poche.
Backways that pitch. Well, the bullpen outside of Ferrer setting up Finnegan has not been good for Washington this year. That's strike 3. Mac knew it. Here comes the DH for the Rockies. Hunter Goodman, he was a DH in game 1 also.
Yeah, you can almost hear Mac upstairs here going, oh, as soon as that ball kind of gave up on it, he went into the strike zone.
Hunter a walk and an infield single. Chased up there, 0-1.
That base hit for Hunter. He has now a little modest 6-game hit streak, although it is the longest of his young career.
One and one on Hunter. Zach Bean on deck. Spilly, you went searching for the Agnos family.
And I found them.
You were successful.
I was successful. I'm here with the Agnos family. It's a huge group, including his agent, Jeff, back there. I'm actually going to start with brother Jeff. Jake, what was it like when you got the phone call that your brother was going to get to the big leagues?
It was pretty chaotic, to be honest. We were in Richmond, actually. My mom's father just got put in hospice, so we were spending Easter with him. He actually played professional baseball, was drafted by the Senators back in '55, so he never made it to the bigs, so growing up, that was always his big dream for us. So to be able to spend time with him, and then Zach FaceTimed in and got to tell him was really special, full of emotion, but just such an incredible moment.
For you, Mom Lee, this moment probably means a lot to you and your family, obviously. What emotions are going through your mind right now?
It's surreal for sure. I'm proud. I'm proud of Zach. I'm excited for Zach, and you know, I wish his dad could be here, but Zach's worked for this his whole life, and I never had a doubt he would be doing this one day, but I'd be on a pitcher's mound.
Well, he's going to be on the mound soon enough, so we're looking forward to it. Obviously, happy Easter. cool to spend some time with the Agnos. We'll be back.
Colorado Rockies baseball is presented by Southwest Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Colorado Rockies. We go to the 6th inning, the Rockies 2 and the Nationals 1. It was a low-scoring one-run affair this afternoon. The Nationals on top 3-2, and Sensatella continues on, facing Nathaniel Lowe's 2 for 2. 3, 4, and 5 for the Nats here in the 6th. Pitch number 73 is a high line drive that's going to drop into right field for a single. So Lowe is 3 for 3. That'll bring up Josh Bell.
That ball came off the bat at 73 miles an hour.
Yeah, he got it off the end, it looked like a little bit, but he hit it in the right place. Bell, a fly ball to center. Two hopper to first. Inside, ball 1 on Bell. Josh Bell in 2019, 37 homers, 116 driven in. It's an all-star campaign. 936 OPS, and Amador, that's at that time really good decision. Smart because he understood Nathaniel Lowe, not a speedster, and he knew he had enough time to at least get that all-important runner trying to go into scoring position.
Yeah, and he also knew that Lowe had to wait on that ball. He didn't beat it to the spot, so this is an easy read for an infielder. Okay, so he's right there. That ball's in front of Lowe. So as a second baseman, you go, well, he can't then beat my arm to the bag.
Shouldn't be able to, right?
No.
So you get the lead runner.
Unless you're Billy Hamilton or somebody like that.
Exactly. Luis Garcia Jr. Oh, and 2 on Luis Garcia Jr. So we talked about this yesterday. Luis Garcia Jr. is one of 3 Luis Garcias in the big leagues. Luis Garcia, pitcher for the Dodgers. Luis Garcia, pitcher for the Astros. There's 4 Luis Garcias in the minor leagues. That's strike 3. This Luis Garcia has to leave now.
Yeah, he can't stay at the plate any longer.
He can stay in the big leagues, but he can't continue his at bat.
Maybe from that you could see why he was staying at the plate a little longer.
Second strikeout, both looking for Sensatella. 2 outs.
It's a season high so far now for Senza as far as innings pitched, 5 2/3. His highest previous was at Philly, 5 1/3.
Outside ball 1 on Dylan Cruz.
He's been robbed twice of hits, once by Mickey Moniak in the first on a diving catch in right center, and then Aaron Schunk took a hit away from him. Rockies' much maligned defense has played very well tonight. 2-0 on Cruz.
Yeah, Jordan Beck, a couple great catches and a good throw. Leading the charge, as well as Moniak with that dive in center.
Senza goes slider. 2-1. Just off the plate, 3-1. That pitch probably had
Yes.
part of the corner. To Aaron Schunk. He's had that play at least 3 times today. 2-1 Rockies, middle of 6. The upcoming schedule is presented by Bank of Colorado. Once again, the Rockies will play 3 in Kansas City midweek, and then it's a 6-game homestand. The Reds and the Braves are in, and then the Rockies again briefly out on the road. West Coast to face the Giants. Back home for Detroit. New pitchers Jackson Rutledge for Washington. That pitch was on the outside corner, but fortunately for Jordan Beck, it was called ball 1. The numbers for Rutledge.
Former first-round pick, 17th overall in 2019, and just converted to a reliever. He had been a starter. His debut last year, scuffled some. Check that, 2023, 4 games in 23.
Jordan Chase there, 1-2. Fly ball to center and a strikeout swinging for Beck.
Jackson has a lot of friends and family in town because his wife is from Wyoming.
There you go.
Yes.
And Rutledge strikes out Jordan Beck. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Jacob Stallings will come up.
This slider off the plate.
Strike one on Jacob, a single to right in the second, off a line drive off the top of a leaping Josh Bell's glove. And then he was hit by a breaking pitch in the fourth and would come around on a triple by Mickey Moniak. That's the difference now in the game. The Rockies were down 1-0. Shunk doubled Stallings to third. So with 2 outs, Moniak came up on the first pitch he saw from Brad Lord. He lined a triple to left center field. One and two on the veteran Stallings. Rockies trying to snap an 8-game losing streak. 2-2 on Stallings. Got it to 3-2 now. Ariel Amador will be next. He's hit the ball hard twice in this game. Nothing to show for it though. And a walk. So Stallings has been on 3 times.
Fans of the Rockies bring you the biggest jackpots in town with the 50-50 raffle. Whether you want to support charity or win big for yourself, play your way at Rockies5050.com. Get your tickets now anywhere in the state of Colorado for your chance to win during every game.
So 2 good swings today from Amador. See if a third one can find some empty real estate. 0-1 on the native of Santo Domingo. I know Rolando Fernandez, when he signed him as a 16-year-old, was really excited about his prospects. He was a high-dollar international signee.
That's why it's so important to have Latin American countries covered so heavily by your scouts.
100%. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Amador hits it in the air to center.
Did he lose it? No. Okay. For a second, he gave that impression like he did.
Spilly, I know you were talking to the Agnos family. I'm going to throw it down to you really quickly. And obviously an emotional day for a variety of reasons, for especially Zach's mom.
Yeah, Lee. So the story she was telling us, her father is in hospice care, but Lee's husband and Zach's dad passed away in 2021, and would be obviously very excited to be here. She was saying that of course, if Dad was here, he would be covered head to toe in purple. So he's always been a huge supporter for Zach. But yeah, she misses him for sure.
Yeah, variety of emotions. Aaron Shunk, a single and a double. And a check swing foul ball. You know, Shunky's looking for Huey.
Third hit.
Third hit, which would be his first career 3-hit game.
Well, he already got a single and a double. Let's make it a homer.
Okay.
Okay.
Not opposed. Heavily in favor of. Rutledge now ahead 1-2. This ball allowed to center field, but right at Jacob Young. That'll end the inning. Jacob Stallings left the board. We move on to inning number 7 with the Rockies ahead 2-1. Colorado Rockies baseball is presented by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. By UC Health, the official healthcare partner of the Colorado Rockies. And by Southwest Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Colorado Rockies. Well, Jake Bird has been so good in a long haul capacity. Yesterday, 2 innings of scoreless baseball, just 19 pitches. He's going back to where he was a couple years ago, and that is in a high leverage situation. His buddy has tapped him on the shoulder figuratively and said, hey, go handle the 7th inning. Jose Tena is leading off. Tena is ahead 2-0. And a change defensively. Michael Tolia in for Sean Bouchard at first. 2-1 Colorado. Trying again to end an 8-game slide.
We touched on it on the open, how well the bullpen has been throwing the last 7 games. 33 2/3, just 19 hits during that time. 167 batting average against, a whip just above 1. That's been the difference maker for Jake, being able to drop that slider, that slurvy pitch in there.
Two and 2 on Tena. And he got him on a wicked slider.
Well, it's not only the slider, how wicked it is, but the location. It's to that back foot to a left-handed hitter, that blind spot.
So inviting, because lefties, it seems like, in particular,
that's their blind spot.
But they like the ball down and in, right?
They do. So you're like, oh, ball's down and in, I'm going to swing. And then you come up empty and you're like, oh, okay, maybe next time I won't swing at it, but you do anyway.
Right?
Just looks so good. It's like junk food. It's junk food to lefties.
Junk food to lefties. Jacob Young, 0-1, 1-1. Imagine what Spilly would look like if he had been a left-handed hitter.
Like Babe Ruth.
Body type or production?
Probably body type.
Brilliance
But how
in the
about
bullpen.
production from these two guys?
Yeah, Tyler Kinley, little rough beginning, but that was in March.
Yep.
This kid's,
Flip the calendar.
TK's from Florida. He likes it when it's warmer. Swung on a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jake Bird.
Yeah, and you can just tell Jake's getting that strut back on the mound, too. You know, because he had the good slider, and now it's a power fastball. And he kind of hops off the mound, gives that little grunt.
You know, Spilly, by nature, Jake's a pretty quiet guy, but we have seen him very demonstrative at times on the mound.
But I just feel like there's a certain, persona that pops out of him. And you almost have to be a little crazy. I mean, it's better to be crazy than passive. There's nothing wrong with on the mound, you kind of portray that you're something that you're not.
1-0 on Nunez, the shortstop. A little bit in, 2-0.
Well, I know as hitters, you could sense, you could feel when that pitcher on the mound doesn't have confidence. You're like, oh, I got him. I got him.
We've talked about it from the hitter's perspective, and Spilly's told on many occasions that great story when he was in the minor leagues. Mom scolded him, said, go to the plate like you're going to do some damage. Grab that bat by the barrel. And you better think you're the you-know-what when you go to the plate. You better think you're that when you get on the mound. Backdoor breaking ball, 2-2. I mean, if you don't have confidence in anything you do, it's going to be hard to be successful. Believing it's more than half the battle.
And owning it, just saying, okay, believe in yourself.
Here's the 2-2. Like that idea.
Tried to go right back to the same area.
Just didn't quite finish it. Nunez 0 for 1 and a sac bunt. 2 outs in the 7th. The Rockies ahead 2-1. 3-2. Another foul ball. Keep looking at that out-of-town scoreboard, fellas, and I keep seeing Cincinnati 24, Baltimore 2.
Seems weird.
Thought the Ravens were better offensively, especially with Lamar at quarterback. Derrick Henry at tailback. I mean, come on.
I know. Still lost to the Bills, though.
I knew you'd work that in. Another 3-2. Another foul ball.
Come on, win the battle right here.
Pitch number 10 coming up. Well, Nunez won the battle.
Yeah, he did.
And 19 pitches matches how many Bird threw in 2 innings yesterday, but all of that because of having to deal with Nunez and his foul ball. So he goes to first, 2 outs. He's a threat to run with James Wood at the plate. I don't know if you want to get. I don't know if you want to get caught stealing with Wood at the plate, though.
No, this guy's a dangerous guy with the bat in his hand.
Wood a walk in the first, ground out, and a fly ball down the left field line that Jordan Beck made a wonderful sliding catch on. James Wood, originally a Padre draft selection, came in the Juan Soto deal. I don't want to slight Josh Bell because Josh Bell was part of that deal, also going to San Diego at the time.
CJ Abrams.
Yeah, a slew of prospects, a slew of big-time prospects came back to Washington. They were playing the long game. That's a strike.
With this now being 21 pitches, Zach Agnos is up in the pen.
It's down the left field line. It's going to go out of play.
Bit of a false break at first by Nunez. He took off and then shut it down, but to count 1-2.
Yeah, you can go. This is a good running count because if you get thrown out, you can start the inning over with James Wood.
This time he might not shut it down.
Yeah, anytime you get 2 strikes on a guy that is one of your best hitters, you're okay stealing second.
Still want to make a mistake here to this guy. Runner going 2-2. Throw from Stallings, not going to get him. So Nunez with a second bag, and now he's in scoring position in this 1-run game. Good team speed for Washington.
Yeah, 24 stolen base for Washington. Slightly elevated throw, and then he had to come back and reach down and get it.
(3-2), and he got it. Bird hopping off the mound, fired up as he should be. He strikes out James Wood with the tying run at second.
If you're looking for an exciting venue to hold your company picnic this summer, well, we offer 4 unique picnic areas from the rooftop to the club level. We can accommodate groups of 25 to 2,000 and prices that fit any budget. So please call 303 Rockies for more information. What a cutie.
Is that another bird? Baby bird?
Baby bird?
Yeah, baby bird. Great job by the big bird, Jake Bird. Mickey Moniak to lead it off, and Mickey pulls one foul with authority.
Second inning of work for Jackson Rutledge.
Mickey has a big swing in this nightcap. 2-run triple in the 4th. And this one is hooked to second. Garcia throws to Bell, 1 out. And Michael Tolia will come up for the first time in this ball game. Just came in defensively at first base for Sean Bouchard.
Let's get your live in-game odds update brought to you by Bet365. 7.5 is the over/under on hits. Rockies currently sitting at 5. You can take the over now. You like lots of hits.
Tolia 0 for 3 in game 1. Ball 1 on Big Mike. And this ball driven to center field. It'll get down, a base hit. Tolia at first with a 1-out single. McMahon coming up. And if you're Jackson Rutledge, you can't sleep on Big Mike.
No. How nice is this for Big Mike? Not getting the start in the second game. First game for Mike, he was 0 for 3. But just let him have a little bit of a breather to start, but then needed his defense and then coming through with a hit too.
Everybody used to always say that you know, certain guys, Garrett Hampson, sneaky pop, sneaky pull pop. Well, sneaky speed for Big Mike. Conservative lead right now. Pitch down and in. Ball 1 on Ryan McMahon. Get a time on the delivery for Rutledge.
You know, coming into the game, he was averaging 1.42 was Rutledge. That was his fast this time to home.
Which is a running count.
Yes. Anything above 1.3-ish.
And then you also have to pair it with the arm of the catcher. And I think Keibert Ruiz is near, you know, one of the slower pop times in baseball. So you do have it matched up.
You had him at 1.43 there?
Yes. Get a little bit bigger lead if you're Big Mike at first.
Two-1. And now 3-1. If he was going to go, you would have seen him on the 2-1 pitch. Unlikely here, 3-1. That's a strike. Well,
I think you go now.
yeah, now it's more often an opportunity to go 3-2. Not going. And a walk. So now 2 aboard for Hunter Goodman and 1 out. Rockies would love nothing more, how about stating the obvious here, than to expand this lead. It's Jim Hickey coming out.
Eduardo Salazar in the pen.
He was up in game 1.
Yeah, for Washington. Zach Agnos is still up in the pen for the Rockies.
Which is...
Tells me he's coming in through the 8th, and then as many pitches as Seth threw and what he did in the first game, that leads me to believe if things hold out, It'd be TK in the ninth.
Yep, Tyler Kinley. That's how Buddy's hoping things unfold. So Hunter in the game, a walk, an infield single, and a swinging strikeout.
Rockies 1 for 4 with Risp tonight.
Haven't been a ton of opportunities. Just 6 hits for the Rockies. This is fouled off out of play as the wind brings it back.
Okay.
6 hits for the Nationals. Rockies lost game 1 earlier today, 3-2. They had 4 hits. The Nats had 5. So there hasn't been a lot of offense after the 12-11 game yesterday. Haven't been a lot of offense today.
And the weather's been good today.
Yeah, much warmer than yesterday.
Says the guys in the booth.
It's chilly up here, Spilly. We have, you know, open windows. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Come on.
Open windows.
Yeah.
There's a heater underneath in the interest of full disclosure.
You're not even wearing a jacket.
No, I know it's not.
We have a jacket on our chair just in case.
You have the new City Connect jacket.
Yeah, because I'm braving the weather.
Okay.
I'm braving the elements, unlike you guys. I mean,
Did you get those for your partners?
yeah, I got them for you. They're in the mail.
Yeah, that was great. Like many things you say, that wasn't very believable.
All right, come on, Hunter.
Another foul ball from Goodman. Two on, 1 out. 2 on, 2 outs. Zach Veen coming up.
Right fielder, number 13.
So for Jackson, he feels confident more with the off-speed pitch, at least being able to command it.
Yeah, the slider has been his out pitch. He's gotten both of his strikeouts on the slider. Veen 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts in the line out to right. Out in front there, 0-1. Strikes on Zach, game 1. First career home run. And Rutledge, with 2 men on, strikes out Goodman and Veen to end the threat. 2-1 going to the 8th. Wire Cam is presented by Defy as we go to the top of the 8th inning. And making his major league debut is Zach Agnos. And usually, if you're working out of the pen and you're making your major league debut, they're going to give you a soft spot. How about 8th inning in a one-run ball game trying to snap an 8-game losing streak?
Welcome. Perfect. Welcome.
And you get 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. First pitch of his major league career, tossed aside. It's a swinging strike on Keibert Ruiz. One thing we learned about watching him and visiting with him during spring training, this young man is not afraid.
No. But his team growing up, because he grew up in Virginia, the Nats. So how about that for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent a little time with him talking about Nationals baseball, and he was just ripping through all of his favorite players. He was like Jason Worth, Ryan Zimmerman.
He's got the great stash. This ball pulled foul to Spilly, who would have made a great play, but the ball hit the fencing in front of him.
He's just making hand gestures to his old buddy Parra.
Well, Parra refuses to pick up a foul ball.
He's done. His career's over. He had a great career. He's done playing. This ball is in the neighborhood of McMahon. He'll run it down. Max had a great afternoon and evening fielding the baseball, which is par for the course with number 24.
Being able to range this far. Ruiz was just trying to foul this off. He doesn't strike out very often. Max got it. That's maybe about the 6th or 7th start play tonight.
The guy coming up, Nathaniel Lowe, has half the hits for Washington. 3 of the 6, strike 1 at 98. Inside, 1-1. Buddy has a line. He has some, go-to lines when describing, especially young players. And with Zach Agnos, he utilized one of his favorites. He said he's built the right way. And for the former longtime pitcher, and speaking of another skipper, there's Clint. That's the highest of praise.
You have to have that in these situations.
Yeah, 1-2 on Lowe.
Zach last year between Spokane and Hartford, 52 in the 3rd, 63 strikeouts and 160 batting average against.
That's fouled off.
Well, he's got the good mix of pitches that I want to see. It's velocity and the split finger. That's his best secondary pitch. Just like Seth Halverson, and even with Angel Chivilli, you have the big fastball and something working off of it. Not worried about the spin.
2-2. There's a splitter fouled off by Lowe. Got to be comforting for Agnos, Huey, to work with a guy like Jacob Stallings in your first outing.
Yeah, because whatever he puts down there, that's what you're going to throw.
Yeah. With the fastball up, it was middle. A retreating Amador handles the tough hop. 2 outs.
Hey, Rockies fan, join us at Coors Field on Sunday, April 27th as we celebrate Earth Week, and that's presented by the Colorado Tourism Office. Discover how the Tourism Office Do Colorado Right campaign is promoting responsible travel and protecting our great outdoors. Visit DoColoradoRight.com to learn more information.
2 outs, Josh Bell in the 8th. 2-1 Colorado, pulled toward the hole. That'll get through. So Bell reaches. He'll bring up Luis Garcia Jr.
I think you're going to see a pinch runner, though, for Josh Bell.
So it'll be the former Tennessee star, Trey Lipscomb, who started in Game 1. Garcia's 1 for 3. And that's in the air to center field. Pretty deep, but playable for Moniak. Just shy of the track. Mickey puts it away. Terrific debut for Zach Agnos. He can breathe again, and his family loves it, and they should.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Colorado Rockies and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Colorado Rockies.
Burke Simpson Injury Lawyers remind you that when the game is on the line, call 303-790-2525. If you've been injured, contact Burke Simpson. Good lawyers changing lives. Eduardo Salazar in the bottom of the 8th inning on the mound for Washington, and Jordan Beck will lead it off. Again, it's 2-1. It's been 2-1 Colorado since Moniak tripled in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Hard thrower, like a lot of guys coming out of the pen, is Salazar. 93, touch 97, get it up to 98. Both a 2-seam and a 4-seamer. There she goes with the slider.
Beck 0 for 3, fly out and a couple of strikeouts. Trey Lipscomb, who pinch ran for Josh Bell, takes over at first base where Bell was positioned. 0-1, 0-2. So as we thought would occur, Tyler Kinley up, getting ready for the 9th inning for Colorado. Stallings on deck, then Amador. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Rockies. 1 run, 7 hits, clean baseball defensively for Washington. Last year, the Nats took the season series 4 games to 2. The Rockies play 4 in DC this year, don't they, Huey? Do I have that right? You know the schedule. You memorize it
I do.
as soon as it comes out.
Usually when it comes out. That one you might have stumped me.
Wow.
I know.
That's a first.
Now you got us all looking at the schedule. You should be paying attention to the game.
Can't you multitask?
You gotta look down to read the schedule, don't you?
I'll tell you what happens. 2-2 on Beck.
Foul
ball, straight back on the screen.
4 games
Billy.
in Washington, June 16th, 17th, 18th, and Stacy's birthday.
The 19th, very good. Are you going to grace us with your presence in that series?
I'm sure I am.
Rats.
Keep me out of the nation's capital.
This ball pulled to left. Good swing from Beck. Good result. And a leadoff single in a 1-run game in the 8th inning for Beck, who can run. He's 3 for 3 in stolen bases this year.
Fastball inside, but here's what's important. Jordan was able to load up, get the quick little pause, which allows that body to now not travel forward. A lot of times with Jordan Beck, it is lift the leg and swing. That time there was that small pause that allows that weight to transfer forward more fluid.
Jacob stalling.
Oh, what?
You know what? I think that hit the bat. Did it get Jacob also? That's scary. That's up and in. His helmet is literally like 20 feet away.
Saying he was okay. He was okay.
What's the indication from Austin Jones, the home plate umpire?
They're asking, was he attempting
to bunt?
Did it hit the bat? Did he attempt to bunt? Did he get hit?
Yeah, because he did.
All those things are unclear right now.
Yeah, because the swing supersedes the hit by pitch.
Oh, that's what happened. It hit the bat and then hit the roof of the helmet. Did it get his forehead? Well, they're awarding him first base.
I think Buddy's still go down and make sure Jacob is okay. But now the umpires are asking Dave Martinez, he wants to look at this. He wants to review.
I'm sure he does.
He just said yes.
Calling the field is hit by pitch. Washington is challenging that it hit the bat first.
This will be a quick review.
Even if they overturn it, I don't think Jacob is going to come back in. I think they're going to have somebody take the at-bat for him.
Yeah, he's coming off the field right now. He's walking right in front of me.
Which means Fulford will have to go in. Well, he doesn't. Actually, Goodman can go in and catch. But the Rockies have Farmer who can take the at-bat, Martini, or Fulford. I would think it would be Farmer.
Well,
or you think the left-handed bat Martini? Yeah,
Martini, and then worry about the catcher after that, because I want Martini to be able to go up there, unless you're asking straight sacrifice, but I don't think you are.
The call on the field stands. It is a hit by pitch. Washington loses their challenge.
Wow!
It hits his finger before it hits his.
Is that what we missed?
I think it's hitting his finger. Watch his top right hand. His finger.
His index finger?
His index finger gets hit as he's moving out of the way.
So first and second, no outs. Hopefully this is all precautionary with Jacob coming out. So Fulford will run for Stallings, and Amador will be coming up. And Spilly, I know you always get on your soapbox, and rightfully so.
It's the only time.
This screams for a bunt.
Yes,
it's the only time.
Second baseman, number 1.
Especially this portion of the game, bottom of the 8th inning, you're looking for that extra run. Looks like Jim Hickey's going to come out and go over some strategy. Now, if you're Amador, this is not a bunt for a hit. This is a full sacrifice bunt. And you want to bunt it to third base.
So while the conference is taking place, we'll remind you, When the Rockies score 7 in a game, go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the next day. You have to do it between 4 and 6 in the afternoon to receive your Rockies Taco Special. Live Mazda Taco Bell. Well, Amador, you know, more of a diminutive middle infielder. This has to have been part of his game from the time he first picked up a bat.
Yeah, and even back when he was signed at 16. The good thing for him, if you're thinking about it, you've got really good speed out at second base, so you don't have to be quite as fine as maybe you think, but just get that ball towards the third baseman, make him feel, they get the wheel play on, swing away.
That was automatic, wasn't it, in pro ball?
Yes, as soon as you, so you can only run the wheel play once. Because now the hitter's going, okay, if they run it again, then I can swing away. There's a lot of times what you'll see now is a fake wheel play by the shortstop, and then he'll go back to second base.
There you go. Set your angle.
Swing
They're
away.
running it again.
Okay.
2-0. And I always say this too when we see the wheel play at the big league level. I don't know if I've ever seen it produce an out at third.
Very rarely, but the key is the pitcher has to throw you a strike.
Which has not happened.
No.
2-0. Beck at second. Fulford running for Stallings at first, no one out. That was a bluff on a wheel, pulled hard past Ron Gideon. Now do you put it back on?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's where you create the angle early. And then out of the corner of your eye, you could see if that guy is still going. You pull the bat back and you just chop at the ball, try to get it on the ground. Just like that.
He got it down, and there's only one play. So good job by Amador.
Do you see how early, though, he set the bat out there? It wasn't trying to disguise anything.
So second and third, one out. Obviously, Washington will have to pull the infield in.
Top half of the baseball, soft hand. You're trying to catch it.
And the Rockies will call back Aaron Schunk, and now they'll play the Nick Martini card.
Your attention. Pitch hitting for the Rockies in place of the shortstop, Shuck. Number 35.
Martini started in the outfield in game one. Davey Martinez is going to counter. Martini in game one was 0 for 4. Prior to the 0 for, he was hitting .317. So Rockies trying to add on in the bottom of the 8th when we come back.
Let's take you to the bottom of the 4th inning. Mickey Moniak up with runners at second and third, 2 outs, and he goes opposite field, and this will turn into a triple. That's James Wood running after the ball. Corey.
Yeah, I thought he was long striding a little bit better than that, but 28.8 feet per second, 11.5 seconds to get from home to third. That's flying.
That's a big hit in the game. We have the UC Health post-game show coming up. Hopefully a big dub for the Rocks, and we'll have a lot on board for that post-game show. Let's go back to Drew.
All right, Statter, appreciate it. So Nick Martini will pinch hit, and he's going to face right-hander Jorge Lopez. And you may be saying, you know, Davey came out, Martinez, why wouldn't he go to a lefty? Well, here's the reason. One, he has 2 lefties. He used one already in Colin Poche. And in the first 2 games of the series, yesterday and earlier today, he had to use a lot of his setup man, the other lefty, Jose A. Ferrer. So Buddy Black knew that there was not a left-handed option, and Martini would face a righty.
Yeah, 3 innings for Ferrer in the first 2 games, so that's why. Bud's throwing Martini out now.
Martini, hard ground ball. They come home with it. Runner safe, throw to first, out there. But Martini gets the job done, and the Rockies now have a 2-run cushion here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pretty good play by Luis Garcia Jr.
Yeah,
but there was no way he was going to throw out Jordan Beck, who got a great jump.
Yeah, and you're going on contact too, and where Lopez had to go. He was back in the dirt when he makes his play. So an RBI for Nick. And it'll go down as a 4-2-3 put out.
Mickey Moniak with 2 outs. He drove in the first 2. The old 4-2-3 fielder's choice. One, but that's a gratifying one. The Rockies over the Nationals on this Easter Sunday in Game 2, 3-1, the final. We'll have the UC Health Rockies postgame show next.
The Rockies postgame is brought to you by UC Health, and it's a happy postgame. The second of two on Easter Sunday here against the Washington Nationals. Antonio Senzatella, first win since June of 2022. You know, he was coming back from Tommy John. Mickey Moniak made some great plays in the outfield. In fact, Senza had that Gold Glove defense behind him all game long, and Moniak connected for this triple that knocked in two, and Corey, the Rockies win by a score of 3-1.
You love to see it. We talked about it in the pregame, what Senza needed to do to go out, execute pitches, and trust his defense. But again, the formula has never really changed for winning baseball.
Tell me.
It's pitching,